Welcome, viewers, to this week's edition of The Link. Thank you very much for always joining us, and many of you give us feedback in the topics that we choose to furnish you. And to this week also we are talking about money, and money you might know about, something they call, the president dubbed Emyoga. We want to bring some basic information that you ought to know, because the Emyoga is still around. It's still a government initiative. And tonight my guest is Mr. Alfred Ejanu, who is the head of Credit and Investment Microfinance Support Center. Alfred, welcome.
Thank you, Samuel, and good evening, viewers.
Here today we are talk about Emyoga to educate. So let's start with the basic question. How does Emyoga arrangement work? I read it in the papers, people read it and say, well, what is this? How does it work?
Thank you, Samuel. Emyoga is one of the new words that we are now using in our vocabulary. But it basically is derived from one of our local dialects from Western Uganda, which means specialized skills enterprises or groups. By this I mean that people of a particular skill, people who are doing the same activity come together for a common good, in this case for financial support and empowering their businesses. Okay. So basically that is Emyoga. Now this is a new initiative, a presidential initiative at that, aimed at wealth and job creation. Samuel, we've had a number of programs, initiatives ranging from, we have now recently, we had the 4-acre model. Yeah. We've had OWC. We have parish development model coming up. So this one is one of those initiatives, and our president has been very passionate in trying to support, to bring the rural community from subsistence
into the money economy,
production into the money economy. So this is one of them, and its main goal is to promote job creation, and then also to increase household incomes amongst our people. Specifically, our objective for this for this initiative, Samuel, we want our people to have access to affordable finance, especially the rural person. Most of the 68% that we normally talk about, these are people mainly in rural areas, and the dynamics of accessing funding from our high-end commercial institutions. They may not be able to access these funds. So this is one of the initiatives aimed at creating financial infrastructure in the rural areas, and then pushing, championing internal resource mobilization, which we call savings, amongst our people, so that they are able to access affordable finance generated and controlled amongst themselves in the rural communities.
And Alfred, our minutes may run out, and zooming in, Microfinance Support Center is one of the agencies that really oversees this.
Yes.
So what happens? Who does it work with, so that I can get the money? How does that work?
Oh, thank you, Samuel. As I said, we had to create the infrastructure because we were looking at specialized enterprises. And this time we are bringing them together in their institutions. Initially, government was creating institutions based on, we were not focusing on a particular area where we get you as a journalist, you'll come together with a taxi driver, you'll go with a produce dealer. So, addressing your challenges would be a problem. But this one, we are specific, we are focused, we are looking at these enterprises. So we created institutions at the parish level. Those are the association, the groups. Now these groups come to the apex at the constituency and form what we call now the constituency circles. So after instituting those 2 layers, of course, there is what you now popularly here seed capital. Each constituency, we were able to create 18 categories of the circles.
Okay.
And as you are aware, each circle was getting 30 million, except the elected leaders who received 50 million. Okay. So ideally, in a constituency, we are putting seed capital of 560 million.
For those groups in the constituency.
For those, the circles. Remember, these circles now, the membership is the associations from the parishes.
From the parish. So parish constituency.
Parish constituency. Why parish constituency? Because we want you not to be inconvenienced. Stay within your parish. If you're a border person, stay within your area. Do your savings weekly or monthly, whatever, according to the enterprise. Then your savings are brought to the circle. Okay. So that is how the model works.
Microfinance Support Center, constituency, parish.
Exactly. But it's also other way around. We want it from the lower level going up, you see. Because as I said, we are championing resource mobilization amongst the communities. We want our people to save. So while you give, the actual objective is that people save. Because ideally, Samuel, this money is a drop in the ocean. If you look at 30 million and in a constituency, for example, in a border, with the borders, you may have about 5,000. Now, you cannot say you divide 30 million amongst these guys. So we are saying that government is also supporting you through your institution by putting for you some
core, some kind of core.
So we expect these people to save according to their capacity, whether it is 500 per day, but we want consistency so that we build this pool of resources.
Alfred, when you give me money, when you give us money, constituents at the circle, the circle apex.
Yes.
Okay, we get the 30 million.
Yes, yes.
It may enable us to borrow.
Yes.
How are we supposed to treat that money? People think you have given us money, government money. Please clarify.
Thank you, Sam. You know, one thing that I want our viewers to appreciate is that the circles that we are developing and creating and supporting, they belong to the community. They are not government property. They are not property of Microfinance Support Center. They are community-based organizations controlled and managed by them. So we want them to have that idea and that concept to change their mindset, knowing that it is not that this money that your government has given us to appreciate something or so. We want them to build their pool. So when the money comes, whether it's from government or from the savings, we expect discipline amongst the leaders and the members. When this money is advanced to you in form of a loan over a period of, say, 4-6 months or one year, we expect you to invest it wisely. Put it in that enterprise that you ideally requested it for, so that you pay back and your other members.
The whole thing is sustainable.
Yes, we are looking at sustainability. We are not looking at rewards here. We are looking at something that will take us over the edges, so that your grandchild should be able to find an Emyoga circle in your constituency that was created some time back.
Will government demand back the money they gave us, or they say, we trust that you're going to behave?
Samuel, as I hinted earlier, this is a gesture from the government and His Excellency.
The Baganda says Sindikanjake.
Sindikanjake. So, you know, when you preach and you don't act, people will not take you seriously. And so government says, we want you to be organized. We are organizing into these groups so that you are trained, you are given support, and you pull your resources together. You know, we rush to these financial institutions because we don't have resources.
Yeah, no alternative.
Yeah, but if we have your resources in your... The beauty of a circle is that it is member-owned, member-controlled. You take decisions. Yes.
And finally, I see time is running out.
Yes.
There have been a few issues with the last round of the Emyoga. What do we know to have been the challenges that need to be fixed so that circles can thrive with this government assistance?
Yeah, you know, Samuel, we started, the president launched this initiative in August 2019. Yeah. And we now, when we were very ready to launch and go into the public to do community sensitization and mobilization, that's when we were hit by the pandemic.
COVID, yeah, and it's still here.
You see? And it hit us. We didn't really, the people did not receive adequate sensitization at that point.
Requisite support.
And which is very critical in financial management. So we had a few of those issues, but we also, ideally, that's the major challenge that we faced. And for the record, I want to put it to you somewhere and our viewers, that I think MSC deserves a medal. Because under those circumstances, we were able to mobilize through the leadership of our line minister. We created 205,000 associations. Okay. And we were able to register, as the last time I checked, was 6,748 circles across the country. Within that time, we were able to ensure that over 98% of the circles received the seed capital. Because the issue when we were moving, people were very skeptical. They were saying, now these people are just talking. But now when they saw the money, the action, that this program is very serious. Yeah, they believed. So we have a challenge. Of course, our people have not yet grasped the program. That's why we are here still sensitizing our community members. We are undertaking massive sensitization and training and advisory services to our communities. And on that note, I also want to thank the leadership of Parliament, particularly the Deputy Speaker, who you know, who spared time and gave us 2 weeks recess for members of Parliament to go and check out how the program is operating. And what we got was something that, of course, excited us, others, of course, but we got positive criticism.
Check, exactly.
Yes.
In 10 seconds, yes. If I need to know more information about this, where do I come?
This program is now spread across the entire country, and MSC, we have 13 regional offices. Okay.
Microfinance Support Center.
Microfinance Support Center across the major cities and the big towns. Okay. This program is chaired or led by the RDCs and RCCs in their respective areas. This area, basically, you can go at the district to get information about Emyoga. We have a young team from State House called YASPED. These people are on the ground all the time, moving around, supporting our people.
I'm being told my time is running out.
Yes.
So the government machinery, RCC, RDC, and Microfinance Support Center and other teams.
Yes.
Alfred, I have to end here because of my time, but thank you very much. Viewers, Alfred has not said what he wanted to say entirely because of my time. But now I hope you have a picture of Emyoga. It faced challenges because of COVID, but it's not done. It is still coming at you. So if you want to get money, first of all, find the information, and then you can benefit. That was the link. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.